Hi everyone. Let's talk about advocacy. I was thinking about this today. So, my dad, I think like many of you, he kept having to go to rehab. Before they knew what was wrong, they'd say he'd fallen again. Rehab it is. Um, Done with Mayo, rehab. And these facilities were asking him to do, on average, 3 hours a day. Now, by this time, his legs weren't working. He could not walk on his own. It was a struggle to use a walker 10 steps. And if he didn't do the PT for an hour and a half and then the OT, often 2 hours for the PT, and then extensive OT on top of that, he was booted. 3 different places that happened. And I can remember one day in particular him crying on the exercise bike. And again, my dad was a tough guy. He was a worker. He was a physician who'd been an elite athlete. He had muscle memory from years prior. And this was not somebody who cried or got belligerent or fussy about having to work. And the pain was so intense and the muscles just weren't firing. And these are the top PT and physicians in this valley, running these shows, really good at what they were doing. Again, and Mayo just said, let's do rehab. Terrible idea. And I would get a little irritated thinking he wasn't giving it his all or wasn't following the rules, and that wasn't it at all. And I think that the more aware we can become about ALS and what is going on with the muscles and then the neurology, all of it, the more we can say maybe 3 hours a day in rehab, busting ass to do things that the body can no longer do is a terrible idea and also demoralizing. And that's something that I'm struggling with and living with right now. Is I wish I would have known more, and I wish I would have stood up more for knowing that he just couldn't do it.